This house has a really open floor plan, which is incredibly popular today. But the first thing someone sees when they walk in the door and turn towards the kitchen is the back of this bar. And it's pretty plain right now. When it gets painted, it's going to be even more plain, if that's possible. But I'm going to take this frame and panel section and put it in place, and all of a sudden, the thing that you're going to see when you walk in is going to be just stunning. It's a great example of where just a little bit extra work pays off big time. And really the only thing I had to do demo-wise is just take a multi-tool and cut the existing baseboard and base shoe back. We really didn't plan on doing this end panel of this cabinet, but once we did the back, this looked like it really needed some more attention, so we decided to go ahead and panel it also. Now, there's only one challenge with that. This frame wasn't made long enough to come out and cover another panel coming from this end. But there's a great trick that you can do, which actually I think adds a lot of interest and detail that's going to take care of that. The first thing we did is made a frame, and I had to notch out for the central vac, but this just sits in here like so, and we get this 3/4 by 3/4 offset. Now I'm going to nail it in place first. So now I've got this 3/4 by 3/4 offset. This is kind of a detail that you'll see in furniture sometimes. What I'm going to do is just take and put this little 1/2 by 1/2 piece in here, and so we're creating some shoulders, which is a lot of what we've been doing everywhere else in here. But I don't want to just have that going from top to bottom, because someday someone might want to wrap baseboard around the bottom of this cabinet. So I'm going to start out with this little piece here that's 3/4 by 3/4. At this point, I'm going to change to a slightly smaller nailer, this 23 gauge headless. So I'm trying to just make sure it's good and flush both directions. Now I'm going to bring in my 1/2 by 1/2 piece, set it in there. See, to me, I just love these little reveals everywhere. And I've got just a small block up at the top. Fit in there. Well, I'm really glad that we didn't think about putting this panel on first, because then we just would end up with another square corner here. And I absolutely love the way that this looks. We're getting pretty close to done with this kitchen, and you know, I've been doing this for over 40 years, and still on a project, when we start getting to this point where I can look around and just start seeing all the finishing details come together, I just get really excited, and I just can't wait to see how it's going to look in the end. You know, there's nothing so satisfying as putting your hands to something and seeing it come together. Even if I had all the money in the world, could hire all this done, I'd still want to do it myself, because I just love that feeling of looking at something and saying I did that with my own hands.